Hi, this is Richard with Ruby Resumes, and here's my feedback for Madison in St. Louis. Madison, I have two critical comments for your resume. The first one is that you need a better intro, a resume summary that's going to make that's going to quickly make your strengths come up. Because right now, there's a lot of stuff at the top of your resume. It's a bit crowded and it's a bit all over the place. You need to summarize this in a good resume summary. My second point is that your accomplishments are there. Okay, you have clear results, things you have achieved in your resume, but there's a bit of vagueness to them and they're not strong enough to clearly make you stand out. Okay, so these are my two overarching comments. The first part of your resume, the one where you describe a lot of your qualities, I find is weak because there's not a lot of substantiation. There's a lot of claims in there, but there's not a lot of facts. So readers will skip over this because it's hard to trust that sort of info. Now the second part, called highlights, there's a lot of good elements in there, but it just reads as a list of 3 years of this, 10 years of this. So we'll take some of that in your resume summary to make it better. As far as the core competencies are concerned, I think that you need to keep just the IT stuff, okay? And maybe add more detail around that and give it a new subtitle, IT skills or something to that effect. The rest is just a rehash of what's above. Okay, so we're going to take those three sections, create an IT, well actually you are, I'm not, but this is what I would do. The core competencies will become an IT or a technical skills section, and then the rest will all be put together in one clean resume summary. I have a video on my website, rubyresumes.com. Under top videos, you'll find lessons from speed dating. I think it was a fun video. But for your resume summary, I would open with a bullet that says 10 years of experience as an IT professional, including 3 years of team and corporate training. Then you would bring some of your strongest accomplishments from your charter schools jobs or the Office Depot job. Okay, so we'll look at those once we get there in your resume. So let's start with the charter schools jobs. I like the first bullet, supported 55 schools in 7 states. So it gives me numbers. It lets me know how big that was. Then you say you've hosted many software training sessions at schools. But many training sessions. Is that 5? Is that 50? Give me a sense of how many people were there also in those classes. It's strong. I sense that it's a strong point, but you need more precision. So that's one of your strong accomplishments. After that, you say you've been a project manager for several tasks. Now a project is much bigger than a task, so you need to change the wording there. And then you say you effectively delivered product. That's really vague. I understand that there were probably a lot of projects, so it's hard to come up with clear deliverables, but it's too vague for me to get a good sense of what you were doing. So maybe you want to highlight the biggest project you did and give me some detail around that so that I can understand the scope of what you can do. Then I really like the point where you say you created and oversaw procedures for 31.7%. I'm not sure if there's a comma in there or a period in there. Is it 317 or 31.7? But anyway, I love that number. You say 31% growth. It's nice. Now you have growth and increase. Get rid of 1 or 2 words because you have a 31% growth increase in school accounts. So get rid of one of those. And then while simultaneously decreasing resolution time by 67%. I love what you're trying to say. I'm not sure it's the best way that it can come across. Because if you're decreasing resolution time by 67%, it means it's 3 times as fast as it was. You tripled or you accelerated. I'd rather have that than decreased. Accelerate like a positive word. So if you could give a positive spin to that. and make sure that the 67%, what it stands for. Is it a third faster or 3 times faster or 2/3? I'm not really sure. With the way it's phrased, it makes me feel like it's 3 times as fast, which would be pretty amazing. So this is another very strong, that bullet is also a very strong accomplishment on your resume and can really make you stand out. So you want this one or the previous one in your summary at the top. So that's all I have to say about the charter schools position. Then when we get to the Office Depot, you say you're a top technician for over a year. But I'm not really clear, is that like 15 months in a row you've been awarded the, you had your picture next to the cash at the entrance, or like, I'm not really sure what it means. So is it top technician for 15 months in a row or something like that? I'd like to have some more detail around that. And then the third bullet also has consistently top in tech sales commission for district. Now that's a bit vague too. How many months? Consistently, like a month out of 2, like any good numbers to put in there. Maybe you exceeded your quota by a certain percentage or something like that. When there's sales, there's usually numbers that you can use to demonstrate that you had success. Instead of just stating it, you want to show me, don't tell me. Did you win any prize? Sometimes organizations have prizes for good sales, so maybe you want to put that in there. So that's those 2 top things, the top technician and top in sales commission, are also good accomplishments which you might want to bring up in your resume summary to really demonstrate quickly that you're different and better than most other IT tech person or project manager they're going to be looking at. Final comments. In the Alpha Omega permits, you were the owner CEO, but the tasks make it feel like you were an executive assistant, like scheduling, payroll. These are not owner, CEO type of words. I want to hear things, I want to read things like manage, oversee, plan. These are the types of things I'm expecting in a position like that, especially if you're looking for management positions. You want these words on your resume. I hope this is helpful to you. You can reach me at contact@rubyresumes.com. I'll be glad to answer any questions you might have. That's it. Thank you.